out this time. So I was trying to talk about a reality show that I talked about before. So it's called Reto Cuatro Elementos Nut- Naturaleza Extrema, which in English stands for Challenge 4 Elements to the Extreme. Or, no, Challenge 4 Nature to the Extreme. And here's the thing. So, what I didn't mention in the first video is that MTV's The Challenge is suing Televisa, the company in Mexico that makes the show that is airing it. They're suing them because they didn't like sell them the international copyrights, but they can't really like sue them because they added four. They're arguing because they added the number four to the because they're calling it the challenge four elements nature to the extreme. They think that just by adding the number four, but it's basically the same flippin' show, same like same basically it's the same show when the challenge first started. It's they're all on an island, they're all doing obstacle courses, and they're all filming them when they go to these little like huts or whatever, and it's all nothing but drama and like all of that stuff. Granted, I'm still saying it's a pretty good show, even though it's kind of a rip off of that and many others as well, because the obstacle course is like whatever, and it's a reality TV show. Like, as here, good can a reality TV show be? I mean, it's good as a reality TV show, so don't get me wrong. I kind of feel that I overrated it in the first video that I talked about it, but still a pretty good show. To me, reality TV, like, similar to the things that you find on YouTube. Like, I get it, that it's just like people talking and arguing and like, it's reality. It's whatever. It's not that hard. There's not really any artistic or anything, you know, not that much thought is put into it. It's just, there you go. It's just turn on the camera and watch the magic happen. And if there's no magic, well, too bad. That's reality. That's, you're there to watch something realistic. There you go. There's the realistic part of it. Or that's what they say. And it's just for entertainment value, like cheap entertainment. Just watch the shit go fly by and see what sticks and what not. And at least when it's a competition, whether it's like this one where it's like sports competition where you see them doing athletic stuff, you see them doing obstacle courses, you see, like, that to me is a lot more entertaining than these other reality shows like Housewives of whatever or Mob Wives of whatever. Cuz or keeping up with the Kardashians, because that's just, arguments for the sake of arguments. Like, yeah, like, I don't care. That's like easily that's what vlogs are. Like, that's really why Jake Paul and all of these other people, that's a reality show. It's just nothing but vlogs and people talking crap about other people and then just seeing them like argue, and I have enough of that. Like, I'm pretty sure I could have just, filmed the entire stupid thing that has been happening. Like, I did, kind of. It was just basically me talking about it and me basically. But, that's the thing about these reality shows, is that they don't just have the person talking about it, they show it. So, yeah. I could have done that. Granted, it wouldn't be legal. But, yeah, with the reality show, that's what they do, is that they show everything. All sides of the coin, I guess. So, with this, I prefer it because it's an obstacle course show. I like it's like watching a sport. It's like watching like a very trashy version of the Olympics with like the kind of like the American Ninja Warrior type obstacle courses where they have to like do all of these complicated crap and putting puzzles together. So it is entertaining. It is fun. But it also depends, like any reality show, it also depends who's in the reality show. And I'll say this, season one had better contestants. Like, to me, it just came across like very similar to Ink Master, where on Ink Master season one, at least when it's first started, you could believe that everybody who was there in that competition had the talent and actually knew what they were doing. Like, you could actually see any of those people winning that competition. It was hard to know who was going to get eliminated, and quite odd enough for a reality show, I kind of found that educational because they did talk about art. They did talk about how the elements of art were being incorporated in the tattoos and what they needed to do to make the tattoo better and like stuff like that. Now, like, and since season two, though, like from season two and on Ink Master, it just seems like they're just grabbing whoever shows up and there you go. And sometimes I don't even think that they even know how to tattoo. It kind of just seems that they're learning how to tattoo. And for a show called Ink Master, like, really, like, it's called Ink Master, but you don't know anything about tattoo. Like, you're not even a master. You're barely learning the basics here. So yeah, kind of here is happening. Everybody in season one was there to win it. Like, they were okay. Yeah, there were some people who, or one person really, who you kind of just knew that they were just barely passing by. Like, they were barely skimming through the. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, that one chick, her name was Fernie. She she was kind of like she was always on the cusp of getting like kicked out of the show or getting eliminated, however you want to call it. But she would like pass though. She would manage to get by. So there was still that. There was still that, I guess, luck that came with it that made her the underdog. That kind of made you like cheer for her. And this show, everybody who's lame doesn't have that type of charisma. They don't have that thing that, oh, they're losing, but at the same time they're trying really hard that I want them to win. Like, they don't have that going for them. Everyone here on season 2 is an asshole. I don't like them. And there's one team in particular, and if you follow me on Instagram, there's been a couple of memes. You might know who I'm rooting for and who I really am not rooting for. And the thing is, in season one, going back to season one, everyone there actually wanted to be there. They actually seemed athletic enough to be there. They actually seemed. They showed sportsmanship and they showed camaraderie. They actually. Like, they were treating it as a sport, as an actual competition, not as like a reality show. So that's what I liked about it. Now, granted, was it perfect? No, not really. Because similar to what Jenny Nicholson said about the reality show that she said was the worst one, some of the problems that reality show that she talked about are kind of in this one. Like, the obstacle courses, they're not really planned out. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're planned out a lot better than what she talked about. It was like some reality show on sci-fi or whatever. I don't even know what what it was called, but like on here, people get hurt and they don't really have, the like it's like they don't have anything planned to like help them out when they get hurt. So that's one thing that rubs me the wrong way. But the other thing that really rubs me the wrong way is when they have to choose a team that, needs to be to get eliminated. Basically, this is how the show is set up. Like they do obstacle courses, and they do the obstacle courses until like the like, how do I explain this? Like they all do obstacle courses until the loser of all of those obstacle courses has to live in a cave for like a week, and then the next day they do all the obstacle courses. Basically, like the loser of everything of like the entire day of the entire obstacle course setup or whatever. And don't get me wrong, like the obstacle courses, they're based on like one of the four elements of, you know, earth, like earth, water, wind, fire. I forgot fire. But basically, so yeah, they do all of that. And each obstacle course for each element, like the first one, it's tough. So the winner of that one goes to the village, they call it. Like the winner, goes and rest. Second obstacle course, it's a bit different. Winners of that one, they go again and they rest. And then it ends up being like the bottom the bottom three losers have to do another obstacle course, and then the loser of all of those obstacle courses has to live in a cave for like a week, and then the next day it's a different element and they do that. And same setup. Loser of all of those obstacle courses goes and lives with the cave, and once they get like the bottom three, they have them do like this stupid fear factor type thing that's just humiliating to do. And then the loser of that little competition, they just leave like two teams. They have them go back to like and rest. But the loser of that has to like compete with these other people who want to go into the show, and at some point they just eliminate like within the team. Like it's kind of like that's how it goes. Okay, like they start eliminating people one by one and stuff like that. Like cuz among that team they like compete with each other, and whoever wins stays and whoever loses, well, they go home. But to me, what's kind of crappy is that the fear factor thing, it's so like, I don't know, to me it's unnecessary and it's just gross and like again humiliating. They have them like they lock them in a casket filled with snakes, or they have them like eating cockroaches, or they have them like, doing just, to me that just seems random, and they really don't give a crap about whether or not it's gonna be like, you know, whether or not these people will get hurt. Like that's how it comes across to me anyway. Sometimes they like electrocute them, and whoever like lasts the most is the one who wins. It's kind of like that type of crap that I'm kind of like, really, really, this is what? Okay, fine, fine, but yeah. Anyway, but in season one, I didn't think it was that bad. Here in season two, it's worse because even before they have to go live in a cave, they have them doing something else that's just as painful and humiliating. Kind of like a warm up to the humiliating thing that they have to do. in the cave. Which I don't understand the point of it since they already lost. Why the hell do they have to do that? And supposedly, if they don't complete that task, they're not allowed to live in the cave for a night, which is like, okay, that doesn't seem that bad considering what they end up having to do, which is like, I don't know. Maybe it's a way to like prepare them to do the fear factor thing, but like it's almost like just as extreme as the fear factor thing that they have them doing that I don't see the point of it. But yeah, anyway, and in this season too, like to me what it comes across that many of these people isn't like they actually want to be here to compete or to have fun or to do any sport or whatever. To me it comes across that they're just here to get famous just because they heard this show was popular. This is their way of getting fans, and this is their way of not being forgotten. Especially the team of actors, because these team of actors, yeah, I've seen them before, but not in a while, and now they're just here and they're fighting and they're making a big. That team is a mess. I want them out. Like I'm not even joking. How like cancerous they are. And it's funny because the guy who's on that team, one of them, claims to be doing it to give the money to a cancer foundation. And, that's great. Oh, like everybody who's there, the money that they win from all of this competition, that's apparently the prize. They give the money to a foundation of their choosing for charity. Okay, great. And the guy who wants to give the money to this cancer foundation is a complete and utter asshole. Like basically what happened was he like kicked one of the team members out, or well, more like he humiliated her and made her cry and would yell at her, and then he would say, "Oh, it's because I'm trying to motivate said person." Okay, well, I don't see how you're motivating this person by yelling horrific things at her, like saying that she is a, like just saying that she does it like that she isn't valuable, or that she, like, he said horrible things to her, insulting her, saying, "Oh, you're nothing but a piece of trash. You're not giving, because of you we're losing, because of you this, because of you that, just quit." And then she's like, "No, I'm not gonna quit." So even when, like I said before, they have to like compete with other people to try to get their spot, well, with her they basically like didn't support her at all. They supported the other person instead. So basically, so yeah, like everybody on the team stayed except for her. So they like basically traded her off and said, "You know what? This is for the best. We don't like you, but you do you. We don't have anything against you. Nothing personal." Which, oh yeah, nothing personal. You say that she's not a valuable person and that she just sucks at everything that she does, but it's nothing personal. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. That makes you absolutely a good person for saying that. So yeah, and here's the thing: if it was just that team, and it's not just that team, I'd be okay with this show. But like everyone else, kinda. Don't get me wrong, they're the worst ones of the show, but like everyone else is kind of just as dramatic and just as rude and just as stupid as these people. And there's only like two teams that I'd say that I would rather, you know, that I'd say that I'm rooting for, but when it's only two teams out of 10 teams that are like decent human beings and everyone else is just a piece of crap, just talking crap about each other, the challenge is doing right now, basically focusing on the drama and not on the competition, unlike the first season, it's kind of concerning and it's kind of annoying and it kind of just ruins the experience for me. So hopefully one of the people from the two teams that I'm rooting for stay on the show and actually wins it all, because if any of these other pieces of crap, especially the team of actors who are on this show only to get attention, only to make a bunch of stupid little drama, if any of those people win, I don't know if I'm going to continue with this show, because clearly to me that just means that it's going to go downhill like Ink Master went downhill. And I don't know. I don't want to see that happen. And also, like, I don't know why they do this, but it's like 3 hours long. But like the first 2 hours is like the most important thing, because that's where they choose who gets eliminated, who gets, this or that. But then the last hour is just some random ass, like, side competition, almost to, like, just fill time. And it just, to me, that's just like when I just check out and say, screw that. So, if they were to get rid of those other little side sub competitions and actually focused on this, stop, get these random toxic people out, I would start to like this show a lot more. But this problem we didn't have in season 1, we have it now, and I'm just assuming that this is something that the production team added because the production team thinks that this is what will get more views, even though it was already popular to begin with. So thank you for adding stuff that you didn't need to add. Thanks a lot, Unimas and Televisa, and hope that lawsuit goes well for you, because I don't know what could happen, because they are in a different country, but they're showing it here, so it kind of, I don't know. Maybe they might not even show it in the US anymore because of this stupid little lawsuit. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's happened before from what I've understood, at least from Wikipedia. So, yeah. Hope everyone has a good day. I hope the show gets better, and I hope, and by the way, like, props to Ella and her boyfriend. Those are the people who their team I'm rooting for, as well as Pedro's team. I don't know the other people on the team, but Pedro's team, that's another team that I'm rooting for in season 2. So just props to them. Keep doing what you're doing, and everyone else, stop being a piece of shit. All right, so goodbye.